and welcome to my angel card reading and animal totem reading for February 13th to February 19th. So we have the card for the beginning of the week, middle of the week, end of the week, and then I've drawn an animal totem card. And so let's hop right into it and see what we have, what energies we have playing out for this week. So at the beginning of the week, we have the Four of Fire. Contentment, peace, abundance, a happy home life, and the successful completion of a project. So this is a really great card signifying balance. It's also signifying passion and my dog's in the background, just dropped his ball. Also signifying passion and movement. So there have been a lot of stagnant energies of late, and this card is basically indicating new birth. We've got this little dragon here, sort of in the beginning of his life, not in gestation. He's a little older than that, but still young. So we've got this new fire, new energy, a new project, but also signifying some peacefulness that's coming in for the start of the week, as well as a balanced feeling, which is really good. So you might find yourself organizing, you might find yourself having clarity about some questions that you've had over the last couple weeks. And also remember that this period between our full moon, which was on Friday, and the next new moon, I believe it's on February 26th, it's the gateways between the eclipses. So it's fast track, there's going to be lots of movement, there's going to be some surprises. Really, it's the unknown. So the best thing that we can do is go with the flow, so to speak. But this is basically talking about energy, creation, fire, motivation, forward movement, and balance, which is amazing for us right now. And moving into the middle of the week, we have the Six of Water. Memories from your history or childhood, issues regarding children, and romanticizing the past. So this is interesting that this is coming up right around the time of Valentine's Day, because a lot of us might be revisiting old relationships, patterns that we have. If you're single, you may be wishing that you had a partner and going down memory lane. And what can happen there is basically remembering things better than they were. Perhaps not honoring the fact that you are where you are for a reason, and that if things didn't work out with a certain someone, then at that time that was the highest and best for you. So wherever you are right now, honoring that place that you're in, honoring that space, and feel free to romanticize the past, but don't get too attached to that and start kind of unrolling the ball of yarn, so to speak, because what we've done with the 9-year energy was tie up the loose ends. So this is a choice for you. This is a choice of looking at where you have been, looking at your past to see how far you have come. Not to berate yourself, not to make things out to be better than they were, because then you're second guessing your decision making. If you left someone for good reason and now you're wondering because you're lonely if you should have stayed, no, you shouldn't have. You're exactly where you're meant to be. And if you need to reach out, reach out. If you need to celebrate your relationship that you're in now or celebrate yourself being single, do so. Make it an exciting time. Be aware not to get too emotionally attached about the past. Remember to focus on the present. And I think this will help you a lot in moving forward this week. We have this forward energy at the beginning of the week with the Four of Fire, this balance, new ideas, creation, but also a feeling of peace, serenity, a little bit of balance coming back into our life after a lot of chaos and a lot of upheaval. And then for the Six of Water to be here, just sort of a caution. It's okay to review, and it's necessary in order to move forward. But we don't want to get stuck there. We don't want to have 2 feet in the past, because then we're not taking advantage of this forward energy here. So a lot of emotions coming up this week, but we've also got another even card, which indicates that we can stay balanced with this if we choose to look at the highest and best, if we choose to look at the positive outcomes of our decision making, and to celebrate ourselves as emotional beings as well, to really understand that sensitivity, emotions are absolutely necessary on our path. And they help us. They help us by giving us intuitive guidance. And that's part of what I do as a healer and as a tarot reader, is I tap into my intuitive guidance. So once you start using these systems, you'll find that, you know, it really helps you navigate your life and maybe avoid some situations that you don't necessarily, you know, want to get into. And those can stem from patterns that you're trying to heal. So if you have yourself in a repeating relationship pattern, that's the example that I'm trying to give here, then you need to find out what your core belief is that's underlying that pattern. Once you've intuitively gone inwards and found the answers, then you'll find it easier to move forward without those attachments, and you'll be able to see things from a different perspective. So, you know, just take care, be gentle with yourself this week. We've got some feelings from the past coming up for one reason or another. And then, to the end of the week, we've got the Eight of Air, an illusion of being trapped, a lack of self-confidence, and afraid to take action. So this is an interesting one for the end of the week. We've got these beautiful unicorns, you know, rushing forward, this lush scenery around, lush nature and vegetation. And there's a, you know, a dark kind of foreboding background here with the large cliffs. You know, perhaps like the open ocean is out here and they've come through this small, tiny space to freedom. So obviously there's an opening here, and they're moving towards an opening. So what this is really speaking to is taking the higher perspective. Once again, we've got an even number here. So this is about balance in all things. If you find yourself going really, really on the hamster wheel, because the air cards are the sword cards, and they indicate being in your mind, your thoughts. So really taking care to be gentle with your thoughts. Your thoughts do influence the world around you through the law of attraction. It's not the end all and be all, but you do have to take responsibility with your thoughts. If you're thinking, oh, this is going to be a shitty week, I fucked up, I fuck everything up, I can't get anything right, nothing's ever going to change, then those are creating a perspective for you, so that if you find yourself in a situation where that happens, you're just going to say, yeah, I told you so, basically. This always happens. So watch your thoughts. Think about solutions. If you want to move, but you like your job, think about solutions. Stop focusing on problems and how you can't get out of it, how you can't initiate change. And if you need to improve your confidence, then figure out what that is for you. What's holding you back? Why do you feel trapped? Is it related to somebody else? Is it related to a childhood belief? That no one's ever there for you, or, you can't do it on your own. Just kind of go inwards and see what kind of thoughts are in your mind near the end of the week that give you this illusion of being trapped, because this card indicates that there's no real entrapment here. You have multiple choices at hand, and it's a choice to move forward or cling to the past. We do have water in this card too. So we're moving from this 6 of water in the middle of the week with, you know, emotions coming up from the past. Maybe you hear from someone out of the blue, and then the mind starts working, analyzing, and the feelings of not being able to move forward or being afraid of moving forward will come up, because this 2 weeks is all about change. It's all about transformation. And I don't mean to be kind of ruthless about it, but in this case, the energies that are supporting and guiding us right now, they're moving forward no matter what. So you have a choice to sort of get your surfboard and your tools and resources that you've learned up until this point and learn how to surf the energies that are coming. Learn how to be present with what the universe is delivering to you, because there's going to be some harvest coming here. What you've planted, what you've seeded, and your intentions of manifesting are going to be coming up for you. And you're going to be deciding if that's really what you want or not, if that's what's for your highest and best or not. So this is a really interesting card coming up at the end of the week. Just to watch your thoughts, to stay positive, and to think about solutions, to be confident in your life up until now, and to find ways to move forward no matter what, even if they're the smallest steps, even if it's going for, you know, a 10-minute walk. If you wanted to, say, go on a vacation, but you have poor self-image right now, poor self-confidence. Those little things that can make a big difference for you. You know, joining a group if you're feeling isolated, going out with friends even if you don't want to, just to get out of the house. Whatever it is for you. Writing, you know, a short story if you have been putting a novel on the back burner. Just anything to sort of initiate a small amount of work. You might be feeling exhausted and tired, so if you find yourself with some extra energy, decide to devote that to your passion. Decide to focus on one thing that will be moving that wheel forward into the future. So stay present, you know, be aware of your history, embrace this forward movement. So keep that momentum. Don't get bogged down midweek. Keep that momentum, and then be clear about your intentions and your integrity, as well as your ability to succeed, your ability to make confident, clear choices, knowing that there really isn't a right or wrong. All you need to do is move forward. One foot in front of the other, one breath after another breath. We can do this. So fire, water, air are our guiding elements this week. We don't have a lot of earth energy, so another element to take into consideration is to ground yourself. Copper is a grounding element, and obviously getting out into nature is grounding for you. You can wear amber. I have a beautiful amber ring that I wear as a grounding element. And even just meditating with your feet flat on the ground, or doing a visualization of a root system, basically coming down from your root chakra. And something that I've learned to do now as well, if you're feeling really exhausted, when you're visualizing your roots going down into the earth, visualize a beautiful network of crystal energy, if you could imagine, at the center of the earth, and kind of putting your roots right in there so that you feel energized, but you're also rooting deep, deep, deep into the earth energies. So I've asked what animal totem can help us through these energies this week, And this is from the Animal Dreaming Oracle Cards by Scott Alexander King, if you're interested. Oh, this is amazing. So we've got the number 3, which is all about equality, all about balancing the divine masculine and the divine feminine, and also embracing the spirit within you. So when you're balanced in that way, you're really tapping into equality. You're really tapping into source energy. So we've all been in this stage of transformation. And we have this beautiful butterfly, wings spread out, totally ready to fly. So this past year, at least, we've been building up until this point, building up to the point where we can actually take flight. And so this might be a little bit of what this 8 of air is talking about, just that hesitation before we leap, that, I guess, draw to just stick with the comfort zone and just go back to what wasn't working for you, what you're desperate to break away from. This is kind of indicating, no, honey, it's time to fly. It is time to release those reservations. It's time to stand in your power. It's time to acknowledge the beautiful, amazing transformation that you have gone through, and to really recognize, you know, what sacrifices, what learning, what challenges you encountered, and to see yourself as that powerful, spiritually awakened being, because this is all about coming into your authentic self, you know, standing in integrity, using your voice, flying high. It's very exciting. The transformations can be small or they can be magnificent. Only you know what these last few years have been like for you and what you're looking forward to, what you're moving towards. And if you can't see it, just keep moving forward. Keep staying present with the energies, because just picture it like a waiter coming to you. You place your order, so your thoughts, your intentions, your actions are constantly placing small orders to the universe. And so if you're sitting there dining and universe delivers something to you, you can say yes or no. Just constantly say yes or no based on your authentic self, based on your integrity and where you see yourself going. And this is going to be a really powerful week. So thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you next week. Have an amazing, beautiful time being your super awesome, authentic self. Ciao for now.